Here we are on my residential street. I want to point out that the palm trees at the end of the street that are shrouded in fog right now are 110 meters away. I have the white balance locked at 5200 Kelvin, so the daylight temperature, and the exposure is locked as well. This is the kind of night I've been waiting for a long time. Been waiting to get these SBTs out and really do them justice in fog like this so that we could really see the beam profiles. So let's take a look at them. First up, we have the KR1vn. This is the SBT modified KR1 from Hank Wang, or the International Outdoor. And here you can see how wide the beam looks on this flashlight in the sky. And then there it is at the end of the street. Okay, you can see it on those, it's kind of floody in a KR1, but you can see it's spreads out a lot. It's still 4,800 lumens, just the same as it is in the other lights, just way floody. Next up, we have the Convoy L7, much more focused beam, and that's how it looks in the sky, and that's how it looks on the trees, the palm trees at the end of the street there. There you go. Okay, back in the sky, and back on the trees. Now we have the Acebeam K75. Now this is such a big reflector that the emitter is getting very, very pencil beam. See how bright the beam is, right? Okay, so there's how it looks in the sky and on the end of the palm trees. And the last light we have is the Astrolux MF05. This is also known as the Mataminco MT90+. Remember, this is the same emitter in a just much bigger reflector and more cells. This one has 8 cells, so to avoid voltage sag under the high load. There you go. That's a look at the beam. Very directional, very pokey. And let's aim it at the... There we go, at those palm trees, and get a good idea of what the beam looks like. Okay. All right. Now let's take a look at a 4-up of all the beams in the sky. Remember, these are all the same emitter, just different reflector sizes and different cell amounts. The KR1 is 1 cell, the Convoy L7 is 2 cells, the K75 is 4 cells, and the MF05 is 8 cells.
Note here that the K75 has a more intense beam due to increased backscatter because the fog was rolling in and out and there was changing conditions. So if all things had been equal, the MF05 would have had a more intense beam in the air. But the K75 really is 90-95% of the light at, well, maybe half the size.
Now let's take a look at a 4-up of the beam on the palm trees 110 meters away.
In this 4-up, it's especially obvious that even though the conditions were not exactly the same with the fog rolling in and out, that the K75 has a larger hotspot. It's illuminating almost all of one of those palm trees, whereas the MF05 has such an intense concentrated hotspot that part of just one of the palm trees is illuminated by its hotspot. You can see that the KR1vn is just really floody. It's getting all 4 of those palm trees. The intensity's spread out, but don't underestimate it. It's a really fun little pocket light that throws a ton of light really far. And the L7, you know, it's got a special place in my heart because it's just so economical. A very inexpensive light that really delivers. I mean, this thing is maybe 1/5 of the cost of the K75 or MF05. Be sure to check out my other videos by clicking on the links you see on the screen now.